Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? This is my first official live. For anybody that hopped on the last one, I was doing that as, a little test drive. I don't know if you guys can go ahead and hear me, but I am live right now, like I said. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hopping on. So, without further ado, let's get into the topic. So, the topic that I wanted to speak on specifically, because for one thing, it is the holidays, and for another thing, this has just been on my mind for the longest time, which is you are not obligated to be with family during the holidays or during any time of the year, rather. And the only reason why we feel like we're obligated to be around family is because, our family has done such, I'm not going to say amazing job because there's nothing amazing about being brainwashed. Our family has done, such a, I'm gonna just say pivotal. They've done such a pivotal job in making us believe that we have to be with them just because they're related to us by blood. And I'm here to remind you today that you do not have to hang out with them if you do not freaking want to. And one of the points that I wanted to touch on today is the fact that most people love drama. And why am I bringing up this point specifically on this live stream? Well, for one thing, you know, even though we say that we don't like drama, on a subconscious level we do. And so that is one of the reasons why, even though our intuition has told us time and time again that these type of people are toxic, family is going to drag you down, and you're getting all of these warning signs from your intuition by way of angel numbers, videos, songs, whatever the case may be. But for the longest time, we tend to ignore those warning signs simply because we do not want to leave our comfort zone and we want a scapegoat to point to. For example, whenever I left my family, and I did leave them for good, by the way, which is I am in a much different location. I'm currently with a friend right now. Um, it's just one day. Like I remember that night after my aunt called me upstairs, and she was like, "Hey, since we're all out of a job, and your mom is still recovering from back surgery, you're gonna have to pay the bills now." And I said, "Hell to the no." I I said, look, all right, universe, I knew I ignored your I knew I ignored your warning signs before, but now it's starting to click for me. And in reality, it shouldn't have never gotten to that point. I should have left years ago. But I'm glad that I left nonetheless. And I just remember just feeling so uncomfortable. My back is against the wall, and just felt like I couldn't I just had that feeling that I couldn't take it anymore. Like that was the straw that finally broke the camel's back. And for those that have watched my YouTube videos or watched my Facebook lives or even have followed me on Instagram for the longest, you guys have, seen me speak about my blood family and how toxic they really are and how dysfunctional they really are. But the difference between then versus now is that now I finally decided to get over my fear of working on making it on my own. And I decided to finally, get over it and just take off. Because the fact of the matter is, I, it was just unsustainable. It was very unsustainable for me to stay in that type of environment. And when you stay in that type of environment, it tends to be soul sucking sucking. It tends to suck all of the life force energy that you have within you. And sorry if it looks like I'm looking at my computer screen because I'm sharing this on Facebook to let people know that I'm live. But yeah, if you notice that in that environment that it's sucking all your spiritual energy, then you have to make a plan of action to leave as soon as possible. Because I just remember previously when I would just sit there and I would be like, oh man, this is unfair, man. I don't like how I'm being treated here. I don't like this and I don't like that. I don't know why they keep treating me like this. But yet I was making a choice to stay there. Why? Because I was scared to leave my comfort zone. I was scared to do something different with my life. I was scared to be independent. I was scared of failing at trying to support myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure that every single person that's on this call, either watching this live or watching the replay afterwards, like hours later, I don't know when you're watching this, but I'm thankful for you being here anyways. And yeah, since you guys are here, if you guys would like to donate, then you're more than welcome to. I have the links pinned in the chat on the side or down or up. I don't know how you're viewing this because more than likely you're probably watching this on a cell phone anyways. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. So it's just like for years and years and years, anytime that something would go wrong in my life, I would always use my family as a scapegoat, and I would be like, see, I told you it was my family. My family is the reason why I'm not successful. My family is the reason why I'm depressed and unhappy. My family is the reason why I keep having relationship problems and friendship problems. My family is the reason why I don't feel motivated enough to go after my dreams and my goals and what have you. Yeah, excuse the noise in there. Lady is in there making noise. One of the cats, you know, she, when I came into this house and see this, but she was like right behind the computer, just climbing up on the couch, just staring at me. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. Like I said, don't want to go on a rant. Is that I was just blaming them for everything that went wrong in my life, literally everything. And that was another subconscious reason why I didn't want to leave them behind. Because why? I didn't want to face myself and I didn't want to accept the fact that I was the one holding myself back from having any type of success in my life. And I remember one day I was scrolling on Facebook, right? And I saw this quote that somebody posted. I'm not sure which friend posted it, but the quote said, and I'm pretty sure I'm butchering this up, is that the reason why we create obstacles is because if we didn't, we would have to face the fact that we are the ones holding ourselves back. And I said, God dang, man. Like that quote was like too real. That's one of those quotes where it's like it's gonna punch you in the gut. It's like a punch in the gut from the universe, reminding you that you are still the creator of your reality, no matter what's going on outside of you. And we have to accept the fact that if we want change, if we want to grow, if we want to succeed, then we have to give up all of these BS excuses that we keep telling ourselves and we keep telling the world as to why we're not successful, right? And another point that I want to hit on is the feeling of obligation and how it traps you. Yeah, that's right. I'm using I went old school on this one. Got me a tablet, wrote down my points. But yeah, back to what I was saying. We just we allow ourselves to get trapped by the feeling of obligation so much. And that keeps us in this invisible prison to where we can't see the bars. We're just walking around life just feeling miserable, head all down, just feeling sorry for ourselves, self loathing, allowing ourselves to fall into the deep, dark pit of depression, all because we want to please people, right? We want to please our families. We want to make them happy. We want to make them comfortable. We want to make them make sure that they're good on all fronts. But seldomly do we make sure that we're good. You see, we're giving so much energy and our attention to our family that we refuse to give it to ourselves because why? Because we know deep down that our family, excuse me, I just hiccuped there. We just feel like we have to please our family all day, every day, 24/7, 365. Like we're just giving all of our time to our family. Anytime our family tells us to jump, we say how high. Or when our family is like guilt, or for example, if we're working on something that's very, 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 very important to us, and we want to get off the ground, like we want to start a YouTube channel, we want to build the online business, we want to sell merch, we want to do this, we want to do that. But at the same time, we're allowing ourselves to constantly get trapped by the feeling of obligation by way of, going to all the family outings that we're invited to, going to hang out with our family during the holidays, which is, like I said, the topic of this video. And we just choose sit there and we sit up in it, we sit up in it, and we're just like, man, I really do not want to go hang out with my family during Thanksgiving or Christmas. But yet we just get our butts up, we get in the car, and the whole while we're driving over to our family's house, we're just grumbling and mumbling all the way, like, man, I don't wanna do this, man, I don't hang with man. Just mumbling and grumbling and just feeling so out of it, all because we do not want to stick to our boundaries, or much yet, or much less set boundaries. We're not feeling it, but we do it anyways. And that's what causes us to stay stuck, right? But the reality is, we're not stuck. The reality is, we are making the same choices. We are choosing to make the same choices, all because we don't want to step out of our comfort zones. We don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to disturb the peace. We want to try to keep all of our family members happy while at the same time sacrificing our happiness. And so you have to do what you have to do for you. I'm going to say this in a most respectful way. Screw your family. And you're probably thinking like, dude, there's nothing kind about that. Well, it's the most straight up way that I can put it. Is to just say F their feelings. Do what makes you happy. Do what fulfills you. Do what makes you jump out of bed in the morning and make you want to tap dance. Or, if you can't tap dance, just make you want to get your groove on in the morning. Because you deserve that, my friend. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have your energy on the highest of vibration, the highest vibrational level that you can get it. You deserve to express yourself. You deserve to, be out there and, do what you want to do when you want to do it, and be independent and live your life the way that you want to live it. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I feel so refreshed finally being away from my family. It feels so good to finally have gotten out of there. Yes, it was very uncomfortable in the moment. Yes, my back is and was and still is against the wall. Yes, I felt the most stressed out of my life than I've ever felt stressed in the moment, but it was all worth it. All of that was there for me. It was happening for me, not to me. And that's when that it finally clicked in my head. Yes, I've heard and seen that quote all over the internet where it says, things are happening for you, not to you. But it wasn't until I was literally pushed over the edge to finally get away from all the drama that my family was bringing to me for good that it finally started registering in my consciousness, if that makes sense to you. Because every all the uncomfortable events that we go through, all the growth moments, all the time moments, all of that is there for our benefit. Is there for our growth. It's there for our um personal development and to help us raise our vibration to a higher level. It's there to help us to get closer to our calling. It's there to help us rediscover who we were before we got screwed by the guardians that raised us. You see what I mean? So we have to be thankful for all the events that have unfolded. We have to be thankful for all of the signs that the universe gave us. We have to be thankful for every single person that's come into our lives that's hurt us in some type of way. And we have to be thankful for it all because it's taught us something valuable. It's taught us to get in tune with ourselves, to get closer to our intuition, to get closer. Sorry about that, guys. If you heard that from my phone, I was just making sure that the audio was on point because I don't want nobody messaging me later saying, "Oh man, your audio was effed up, man. I couldn't hear a god dang word you said." But nonetheless, I'm glad that the audio's working. Everything's on point like a sharpened pencil. Anyways, back to the point. you know, we have to be thankful for when the universe gives us the final pushes that we need to get closer to our destiny, to finally make what we want happen to happen, right? And also, I do apologize in advance for the signal being all wonky because I am upstairs, in my friend's studio, like I said, because, it's very spacious, it's nice, I'm evenly lit, you know what I'm saying? But, anyways, I digress from that. That's not the most important part. The most important part is that, I'm here to give you a friendly reminder that you don't have to be with your family during the holidays. If you're truly sick and tired of being sick and tired of your family draining your energy, make the choice right now. And yes, I mean right now, not when you get off this live, not the next second from now, not the next day from now, not the next week, not the next month, not the next year. I'm telling you to make a choice right now to say, I'm not going to put up with my family's toxic BS no more. I'm not going to entertain it one bit. No, I'm not going to my grandma's house. No, I'm not going to my mom's house. No, I'm not going to my mother-in-law, father-in-law's house. No, I'm not hanging out with any of my family members this year. I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna please myself for once. I'm gonna choose to be selfish this year. And I'm not saying just be selfish to the point where you become a butthole to everybody and you just look out for yourself and you only, get what you need for yourself and you ignore everybody else. I'm not saying that. You want to have a balance of being selfish and selfless. As a matter of fact, you can't be selfless until you can become selfish and take care of yourself. See, it's when you choose to get away from all those toxic family members is when you can truly become selfless because you can become your full authentic you can become the fullest most authentic expression of yourself. And that can't be possible if you're constantly around family members who keep trying to suppress who you are because that's not sustainable. You see, when I was hanging around my family, I just felt so suppressed and so kept down, so uptight and so on edge about every little thing. And to the point where I couldn't even really sleep at my family's house properly because I would have that anxiety of what they would do next and what they would say and this, that, and the third, and having a whole family come attack me. And so, like I said, I finally just packed up my stuff and said, you know what? I'm gone. Y'all don't have to deal with me. You guys have made it very clear that I am not welcome, you know? And it's like when I was gone the first time for the first 3 months of 2020, or even way before that, as a matter of fact, when I was like still in college for a little bit, my mom gave away my room to my aunt and my cousin. You know, she did that to her own son. Like she straight up just gave up my room to them. And that was the first thing that upset me. And then another thing that upset me way before that was, her not really investing in my career like, I needed her to. Because it's like in any normal family, parents would invest in their kids' talents and gifts and abilities, and they will want to help them out and want to help and want to see them succeed. They will want to see them, elevate into the highest version of themselves. They will want to see their child become their most authentic self. But unfortunately, that's not the case for most families, because the fact of the matter is that, most families, they're jealous of any family member that's doing better than them. And they look at you as competition. They don't want you to outshine them. And it's like that saying goes, which says, people want to see you do better, do good, just not better than them. And that was the case with my family. My mom has done her damnness to make sure that I didn't outshine her. You know what I'm saying? She did everything she could to keep me brainwashed and to keep me down and to keep my vibration low and to keep me, in this victimhood mentality. And the sad part was that I put up with it for way too long. I've allowed myself to stay in that energy. I've allowed myself to be accustomed to the false comforts that she was providing. I allowed myself to allow her and all my other family members to cross my boundaries for way too long. I've allowed her to get under my skin and to get me off my game. But after a while, I just got sick of it. I had enough. And that was like, I've been gone for, I think, about 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, yeah, I got another story to tell y'all along with this too. Is that when I was telling my current boss now my situation with my family, he was basically like, "Nah, man, they're just trying to teach you responsibility by having you pay the bills and this, that, and the third." And the whole time I'm listening to him, I'm like, this MF really do not get it. I'm over here spilling my guts to you, telling you my pain, telling you my situation, telling you everything that's going on in a household that, I used to live in. And you just gonna dismiss it as saying that she's trying to teach me responsibility? Are you freaking serious? Uh yeah, yeah, I know. I felt very disrespected. I just felt like he glazed over everything that I said. And this is not to bash him. I mean, I'm thankful that he's allowing me to work at his company right now. And he's teaching me the skill of selling and all of that. But at the same time, it's like, you don't get it, bruh. You know? Yeah, just excuse me, guys. I'm getting a little bit emotional here, but I just I just was like, I gotta go at this not on my own because of my significant other, but it's just that other people are not gonna get it. And I've accepted the fact that other people are not gonna give a damn about, my situation. So I had to do something to help myself, and all of those signs that the universe is giving me by my mom not investing in my acting career or my filmmaking career or my YouTube career, my photography career, and me trying to be independent and be on my own. Those were all signs from the universe that I have to help my damn self. I can no longer afford to sit around and wait for somebody to come through for me. I can no longer afford to sit around and feel sorry for myself and feel miserable. I can no longer sit there and just gloat about, so and so not doing this and that for me. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm also going to tell you guys another story. I mean, I know that I'm telling you guys a lot of stories, but since this is a live video and you guys are interacting with me and you guys are watching this call, I feel like you guys should get to know me a little bit more and get to know my life behind the scenes, at least, so that you know who you're watching and you know the man behind this channel. So another instance was I am gonna name drop him. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's I almost said the F word, I almost dropped the F bomb. It's the MF and truth. So his name is Kier Orr, right? So I remember when I saw him again, he was like, "Hey Ev, I'm sorry about how, I treated you the other day because that was not cool, man. I was just going through something because basically when he did come over one day, like he was very hostile towards me. Not like he wasn't, because he's been that way towards me since I was like about 10 or 11 years old. Like he just had this hostile look towards me, and he was like, dude, why the hell do you keep staring at me? Like you look like you want to fight me, which is I'm like, what the hell, bruh? Like I'm not I'm not trying to fight nobody. Like one thing to know about me, guys, is that I do not like to fight. You know, I am a big softy by nature. I'm like a gentle giant. As a matter of fact, my sixth grade English teacher gave me the nickname Gentle Giant because, of my calm demeanor and the fact that, like I said, I do not like to fight at all. I just think fighting is very stupid. But anyways, I digress. So, um, he was just hostile towards me and just throwing a lot of negative energy towards me. And so I decided to just, go outside and cool off because I felt very triggered in that moment, and I was venting to my significant other, right? And I was like telling her like, baby, he's doing it again. Like he's throwing all that negativity my way and he's trying to, he looked like he wanted to punch me and things like that. And she was like, baby, he's threatened by your energy because, your energy is what triggered him. As a matter of fact, it's been that way ever since you two even crossed paths. Because, for the longest, my aunt has allowed her husband, Kier Orr, to torment me for years and years and years. But yet they want to keep saying, like, oh yeah, Evan, we got your back, man. You got your back no matter what. We ride or die for you no matter what, which was a whole freaking lie because the whole time they just allowed this man to just, torment me mentally and emotionally. And for the longest, I was afraid of this man. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, it just like attacks coming from him and from my mom and from my other family members for me being who I am and just me trying to express any type of authenticity. They want to go ahead and immediately attack me hardcore, by ganging up on me, blowing up my phone constantly. And it's just like after years of dealing with that, it just brought me to this point to where I am today, to where I'm just sick of them. I blocked all their numbers. I blocked them on all social media platforms. So they ain't getting no phone calls, no emails, no text messages, no DMs, no nothing from me. You ain't getting none of my energy no more. So I decided to just pull back all of my energy, every single drop. And you guys have to do the same thing too. You guys have to make a choice right now that enough is enough. You have to decide that today is the day that you're going to take all your energy back and your power back. You're going to have to decide that today is the damn day that you are going to love yourself 100%. Today is the day that you finally decide to give a damn about your mission and your well-being on all fronts. You have to decide for yourself that today is the day that you're no longer going to tolerate people who drain your energy, period. You have to decide that today is the day that you're going to go after your dreams with all your might. You're going to have to decide that today is the day that you're going to stay focused on your mission and on your calling and eliminate as many distractions as possible. I didn't mean to get all motivational here, but I'm not going to apologize. You know what? I have to stop doing that, is apologizing constantly for ranting, for getting on these rants and for getting motivational. You know what? That's just a natural part of my nature. I've been a motivational speaker since I was a kid. I've been a leader. I've had leadership tendencies since I was a kid. So you know what? If you guys, criticize me for getting all motivational, that's on you. That sounds like a personal problem for you, because that's just a natural part of me. That's been ingrained inside of me. This is something that comes natural to me. This is something I can do without even trying. And a lot of people have told me that, man, I needed that message. Thank you, man. Thank you for the motivational messages. And I don't even try to put out anything motivational. It just comes out. Just a natural part of my nature. But yeah, what is another point that I want to cover? I went over that point. Yeah. I think I went through all my points that I wanted to go through. And I've been live for like half an hour. So I'm just gonna leave you with this final message, guys. Is to make a decision right now. If you don't take anything else away from this live call, is to just make the decision to break free from obligation, whether it's to family, whether it's to your job, whether it's to so-called friends, whether it's to the school that you go to, whether it's to those so-called friends. Make the decision right now to break free from any and all forms of obligation, because remember, obligation is slavery. All right. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about today. I hope that you guys are staying safe out there, and that you guys are still keeping a high vibration, and that you guys have plenty of food to eat. You got a great place to stay. And I hope that whoever's watching this, I hope that you don't have toxic family members, and that your family members actually love you unconditionally, and that you're staying in alignment with your mission. And I hope that you are surrounding yourself with people right now that encourage you to dream big and want to go after your dreams and your goals. And I just hope that you guys are keeping your heads on a swivel, that you're looking out, that you're staying in tune with your intuition, and that you're following the steps that your intuition is telling you to go. And if you guys would like to donate, the links are in the chat. Like I said, it's pinned. The links are right there. You can go ahead and donate any amount that you want to donate, and any type of donation is appreciated. Even if you don't donate and you share this video out to your family and your friends, I'm very, very happy that you guys have done at least that. I'm very grateful for all 500 subscribers, and I'm grateful for anybody that tunes into this live call afterwards. And most of all, I hope that you guys have gained a lot of value for the time that you're giving me. That's what's mainly important to me as a content creator, is that you guys are learning something from my channel, and that you guys are leaving better than how you came. All right. Peace and out with the highest vibes, and I'll catch you guys next time.